So welcome to our final project. I'm Yiming Peng and my teammates are Wu Nanshui and Ran Hang. Our final project is about gaming, GUI, and secure messaging. Here's the contents of our final project presentation. So the first part is GUI. So basically, our final project is based on the chat system structure, and we polish the GUI interface of the chat system, and then we add a hungry snake game, connected it to the server to bring game experience to the users. And we also add two decrypt and encrypt function to support the secure message. So as for GUI, our motivation is to build an interface that is user-friendly and interactive. And also, we add register and login function to increase account security. And finally, we add a wireless local area network communication to let different computers can send image to each other. And here's our package. We use PIL interest reading JSON. So how friendly are our GUI? So firstly, we add more buttons to simplify the operation. As you can see in the picture, we add send, gain, and time function button. And we use the tick bootstrap to beautify the page and create a cyberpunk theme. And as for the time function, I will here to introduce how it works. We first using a tick inter to construct the layout, and then we use after function to update the current time every moment. That we can achieve kind of effect like the clock. And as for the login and register function, I will here show you how it works. So we first input the username and password in the register page, and it will write the username and password into the file. And then when we log in, we will need to verify the username and password that the user inputted. We will first search the username and password in the file, and then our program will return the result according to the different conditions of the input and username and password. So here's the code for register. As you can see, we write the name and the password into the file. And when we log in, here's the login verify function. You first search the username and password in the file, and then responds different results according to different cases. And this is the different cases you will respond. Like firstly, you will respond the password not recognized. That is, the password is wrong. You will show the message box of an invalid password. And this is the case for user not found. So finally, we build a local area network. We share the send ID with the different computers so that the different computers can send message to each other. So I will talk. Nanshui will talk about secure messaging here.
Okay, so here's the secure messaging part. And for the introduction, I would like to reference to this book called 9 Algorithms. And it's from this book I made up my mind to do a project regarding the RSA. So my motivation is to ensure the message safety between the sender and receiver, and also serve as a sub-function for the chatting in the whole project. So how does it work? It basically generates two keys using two large prime number, which will be mentioned later. And also, the public key is used to encrypt, while the private key is used to decrypt. And the messages can be encrypted by anyone using the public key, but can only be decoded by someone who knows the private key. So in this case, if there is another supervisor there, he or she will never see the messages between between you guys. So it's really safe here. And the basic logic for the RSA is, for example, the B wanted to send A a message. So first, A will generate a pair of keys and then keep the private one, and send the public one out. And the second is B receives A's public key and then encrypt the message. And finally, A again receives the encrypted message and decrypted it using its private key. So it will come out the initial key B, initial message B sent it to A. So here is the coding part, and this is for the other functions that will be used in encrypt and decrypt functions later. So here's the main part of generate keys. That's the really important part, because the whole project is basically based on this part. And here's the encrypt and decrypt part. So there's some major changes in the chat system. So first, it's the sending out of the original message. It's here, and then it's to receive the message and generate the keys, then encrypt it and send it back. And the last is to finally decrypt it and get the original message and print it out on the chatting system. People could see it on the screen. So the third part is for Ruan Hang to introduce the online gaming Hungry Snake.
So we also add an online game to the chat system. We get the idea from the classic glutinous snake game. We made 3 modifications to the chat system. First, we create a hungry.py with main gaming codes, and we also create a game button to operate the game. And we add ranking and scoring methods after the game is over. Here is the codes for hungry.py. So first, there's some codes to control the keyboard. Like when you press Q, it will exit the whole Pygame. And when you press S, it will break the loop and start the game. And the following loop is about control the snake to move up and down, left and right. And this part is about terminate the whole game. Is when the snake reaches the boundary or the snake reach its own body, it will change the that variable to become 1. And when that variable becomes 1, the game is over, and the game would return the score, the user's score, to the chat server. And when you press Q again, it will quit the system, quit the game. We also this is a game button that is in the GUI. So when you press the game button, it will will start the game, and then when the game is over, it will use the return score function to return the score to the chat server. On the chat server side, it will be two function, rank and score. And also on the chat client machine, there's a rank function to receive the score and rank them. So here is the demo of our chat system.
We use this local area network so that users on different computers can transfer messages to our chat system. This is our login window. So first you need to register. Click the register button. Then input your preferred username and password. Click register. After you successfully register, you will receive a registration success message. Close the registration window and enter the name and password previously input. Click login. Then you will enter the main window of the chat room. First, let me see who is in the chat room. Joe and me. Let me connect. So I received the message from Joe. We use the secure messaging so that I will receive 2 messages. One is encrypted message, one is decrypted message, as you can see. Now I would like to invite Joe in a game. So just click the game button. You will enter the Hungry Snake game. press S to start. Okay, so now game is over. Enter the queue and quit. And the system will record the score. Oh, Joe asked me what time is it? Let me check out. Press the time button. Press it. I'll indicate the time now. So it is past 4. It's time to study, so I will leave the group. Now I would like to see the rank of our game, size and rank, and to indicate the score that of that game that we just played. As you see, Joe. And so basically this is our chat system demo. Thank you for watching.
So we also have some reflections about our final presentation project.
So firstly, about the login and registration process, we firstly don't know how to do it, but finally we get that we can construct a file to store the username and the password, and when the login we can use it to verify the username and password the user inputted it.
So, second is about the threading process of the game. When we run the game, we find that when we close the game, the chat system would also be closed. So we add a threading so that it can separate the game and the chat window. And when we close the game, we won't close the chat window.
So for the decrypt and encrypt process in the secure messaging, at first there are some error in it, and then after my observation, I deleted some of the codes, and then I changed the coding in the chat system, and finally I have made it work between the chatting people.
Here are some potential improvements. So the RSA could still be breakable as the primary prime numbers are not large enough, and the transfer details could be more specific and delicate. And our code is not capable of containing multiple players in the game currently, and the method of saving account names and passwords into files is not sufficiently secure. So thank you for watching our final presentation.